Hi, my name is Dennis Arts and today I will present our research designing wearable technology for physical activity and the potential of an interdisciplinary approach. This is a still from the movie WALL-E, in which humanity fled into space because of the unlivability of Earth. They are now passengers of a spaceship and have degenerated into helpless, corpulent persons due to laziness and microgravity. Their every whim catered to by machinery. Unfortunately, this dystopian sketch is almost a reality. Worldwide obesity has nearly tripled since 1975, and in 2016, 39% of the adults were overweight and 13% were obese. This is partly due to the lack of physical activity and an increase in sedentary behavior. And this lack of physical activity has far-reaching health risks for our society. This includes chronic illness such as metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, coronary heart disease, COPD, depression, dementia, breast cancer and colon cancer. Wearable technology has the potential to stimulate physical activity. It's fairly cheap, we can monitor behavior 24/7 and we can give feedback to the user. If we look at the worldwide sales of activity trackers and smartwatches, we see a substantial increase. Enough potential to stimulate physical activity behavior, you would say. Then it's somewhat disappointing there's hardly any increase in physical activity. We have not yet found the redeeming answer. Maybe that's due to the fact that the technology is often designed as a one-size-fits-all and does not take the end user in account. In designing wearable technology, it's not enough to use the obvious behavior change techniques, but we have to look at individual, social and environmental aspects and integrate this into technology. If we want to be successful at this, it requires the participation and cooperation of individuals with different knowledge and expertise. Interdisciplinary research and development can transfer knowledge, insights and findings between disciplines. Yet, a collaboration between disciplines is not straightforward and needs special attention. Although the need for interdisciplinary teams has increased, researchers and developers have become more specialized over the past years. Often members of interdisciplinary teams have different definitions for the same words per their expertise, use different research methods, and might have a mental model in which they fully or partially disregard other disciplines as they perceive their expertise as the better one. This leads to suboptimal outcomes. We developed a board game named Commons as a research prototype to facilitate the design process of wearable technology for stimulating physical activity. By using voting boxes, RFID cards and a microcontroller, we gain insight into gameplay with regard to choice, discussion and compromise between players while playing the game. The game requires 4 players with different expertise. While playing, a persona with context, goals, motivation and obstacles in relation to physical activity is leading. Players vote on features divided into hardware, software, user experience design and behavioral change techniques. These features are related to the persona, wearable technology and physical activity. Players vote according to the consent method. Only when there is agreement there is a decision. The voting round has 3 outcomes. The feature is accepted, rejected, or there's no consent, in which case the players enter a discussion round. When a feature is accepted, it is placed on the board. Players must agree on the position, 1 to 5, of the card. If there's a discussion, the overriding objections must be cleared. Players explain and discuss their arguments, and at various moments, players must resolve a Kairos card. This card is designed to disrupt and cause unpredictability. The only way players can deal with this is by working together. The overall results of each vote round formed an almost 3-way split among approved, rejected and no consent. We conclude that, regardless of the team composition, no consent, and thus the occurrence of follow-up discussion, was inevitable and also unpredictable in terms of when this would occur and for what topic. However, in general, it can be stated that the behavioral change features were most discussed and lacked of consent. This finding aligns with the conclusion that if no action is taken, there will be a suboptimal outcome. However, it was clear that Commons was beneficial in helping teams engage in these discussions. This graph shows how players change their vote after a discussion. It only includes player votes that was changed after a discussion. It thus excludes votes that remained the same. Regarding to changing a vote, we conclude that most of the changes proceed from consent to accept it or reject it, or vice versa, almost 80%. It's thus unlikely that a yes will become a no, or a no will become a yes. After the game ended, we asked the players to fill in a questionnaire with items about their mental model, teamwork, and why they changed their votes or position. The items mentioned on this slide scored very high in agreement, up to 100%. Also, the team could make a decision for more than 90% of the features. This is substantial, and we can conclude that the main reason for adjusting their votes was new insight into the application of the feature, better understanding of a feature, and the knowledge of other players. And this makes it clear that a focused discussion can prompt a position adjustment. As conclusion, we conclude that the game results provide us with insights on the voting compositions and features, as well as their unpredictability. A focused discussion leads to new insights into the application of the feature and can prompt a position adjustment. In short term, Commons may change views, however, in the long term, with respect to assumption, cultures, or beliefs, this effect may be smaller. Commons is a method to support and promote interdisciplinary collaboration in designing wearable technology for stimulating physical activity. So, from now on, let's design technology that focuses on the end user, devised by an interdisciplinary team, so that substantial physical activity can more easily be incorporated into people's daily routine. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, I will answer them with my pleasure.